Hi and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today I'm gonna show you my watch list for Game Week 10 of Fantasy Premier League. So if you wanna see some interesting players for your squads, make sure you stay here. Okay, so let's start with the first player on my watch list, Valentino Livramento from Southampton. As you can see, he's a defender, but obviously I know that probably right now everybody knows him because he just scored in the last game week for Southampton. So yeah, I really like his price. I think that it's a really cheap price for what he can do on the pitch, 4.3 millions, and I think that he could still offer you great value for the season if you want him in your team. Obviously, his ownership is pretty high at the moment, 17%, but that's for good reasons. As I said before, he's a really attacking defender from Southampton. I really like him. He's just an amazing player. So yeah, as you can see, he created 10 chances and he got 6 goal attempts, which is pretty good for a defender, to be honest with you. And also, Southampton defended really decent in the start of the season. They got a clean sheet against Manchester City, I think. So yeah, we know that they can keep clean sheets. He got 3 clean sheets in the first 9 games, which is pretty decent. Also, the fixtures for Southampton are pretty good, at least in the next 3 games, Watford, Villa and Norwich. And obviously you can make a case that maybe you can start Livramento in your starting 11 against Watford and Norwich, because those two teams are pretty bad attacking wise, especially Norwich. So yeah, I can see some clean sheets for Livramento, but after that Liverpool, Leicester and Brighton are gonna be pretty tough fixtures for them. But yeah, still at that price I think that he could offer you great value, as I said before. And yeah, if you're planning to wildcard, I think that you should have him in your team, obviously, because he's just a great option from your bench, or if you want to play him. So yeah, personally I'm gonna wildcard in game week 12, and I think that he's gonna be in my team for sure. So yeah, at that price, even if he's not starting in your team, is just a great value. The next player on my list is Danny Ings from Aston Villa. As you can see, he's a forward. His price is 7.8 millions. He got a drop, which is really nice, and I think that it's a really fair price for what he can do on the pitch. Obviously, he's the main man from Aston Villa, and he's on penalties too. So yeah, I think that he could be a great FPL option in the future, at least in my opinion. I have to say that I didn't know that so many people still got Ings in their team. 60.2% is pretty high, considering that he played really tough oppositions in the start of the season, but still he managed to score 3 goals and he got 2 assists, which is pretty decent for him. As you can see, he's getting chances, and the good part about it is that those chances are in the box. 11 goal attempts in the box, which is pretty good. That's what we are looking for a forward, right? So yeah, the fixtures are pretty decent for Aston Villa. Okay, West Ham at home, maybe not the greatest fixture for them, but Southampton, Brighton and Palace are pretty good fixtures for Ings, and I can easily see some goals for him. And obviously I think that if you still got Ings in your team, I think that you have no reasons to sell him right now, because he could offer you great value for the next 4 fixtures at least, because after that City and Leicester are gonna be pretty tough. But yeah, of course right now it's pretty tough to buy Ings if you don't have him in your team, because there are so many good strikers right now and much cheaper than Danny Ings, like Hwang from Wolverhampton, even Toney, even Pukki from Norwich could be a good option. So yeah, but still, if you have him in your team, I think that he could be a great FPL option. And also he played really tough oppositions in the start of the season, as I said before, and still he managed to score some points. So yeah, I think that he's just a great player and he's one to watch for sure. Next up we have Ivan Toney from Brentford. I really like him as a player. I think that he's great. And yeah, I know that he blanked in the last game week against Leicester in the weekend, but still, we knew that before. We knew that it was going to be pretty hard for him to get something against Leicester and against Chelsea in the last 2 game weeks. But right now, I think that it's time to get some Brentford players, really, because the fixtures are just ridiculous. Burnley, Norwich and Newcastle in the next 3 game weeks is just incredible, and I think that there are some returns for Toney or the likes of Mbeumo, or maybe even a defender from Brentford could be a great idea if you're wildcarding right now. So yeah, I think that Mbeumo and Toney still are the best options right now from Brentford. Okay, Mbeumo just got injured in the last game week, but we don't know for how many games he's gonna miss, or maybe he's gonna be fit for the next game week against Burnley. So yeah, But yeah, we need to see. Also, Everton, Spurs and Leeds are pretty decent fixtures, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think that at that price, 6.5 millions, Ivan Toney is really cheap. He's on penalties. So yeah, I think that he could offer you great value. His ownership is pretty high at the moment, but that's obviously for great reasons. So yeah, let's be honest, he wasn't amazing in the start of the season. Okay, Brentford played really good in the first games of the season, but yeah, he got just 2 goals and 2 assists, pretty decent. Also, he got many chances in the box, 15 chances in the box, and 21 goal attempts is pretty nice. And what I like about Ivan Toney is that he's also creating chances. As you can see, he created 14 chances. So yeah, overall, I think that he's just a great option for the next game weeks. Maybe he's the best option in my opinion, at least. Now let's see the next one. The next player on my list is Hwang from Wolverhampton, maybe one of the most interesting players right now from an FPL point of view, at least. I really like his price. He's really cheap for a forward, 5.7 millions. I really like it, and maybe right now he's maybe the best option from Wolverhampton. Okay, I know that Jimenez still remains one of the best options from Wolverhampton. Obviously, he's more expensive, but still he got also penalties. So yeah, I wouldn't rule him out. But right now, Hwang is just playing amazing. He scored 4 goals, as you can see, and he didn't play all the games from for Wolverhampton. But I think that in the last game weeks, in the last 4 game weeks at least, I think that he started. So yeah, that's a really good start, a good sign for him that he's gonna start in the future. So yeah, I really like him as an option. The fixtures are pretty decent for Wolverhampton. Everton, Palace, West Ham, Norwich and Burnley at home is just an amazing run of fixtures for them. In Game Week 15, of course, Liverpool at home is gonna be pretty tough, but that's far away right now. So yeah, still I think that he's gonna be a great option. Maybe you don't need to play him all the game weeks if you have a good bench. And also, yeah, as you can see, he got 5.7 points per match, which is just incredible, and he got 7 goal attempts in the box, which is pretty good considering that he played he didn't play all the games for Wolverhampton. So yeah, I think that he's gonna be a great option at that price. Obviously, maybe you want to get rid of someone like Ronaldo or maybe Lukaku, obviously who got injured in the last game weeks. So yeah, I think that Hwang could be a great option if you want to free up some cash to upgrade elsewhere. The next player on my list is another striker. As I said before, there are so many good FPL options right now for the forward spots like Pukki, Toney, even Hwang from Wolverhampton. So yeah, maybe that's the way to go, considering that so many premium strikers are blanking right now, like Vardy, Ronaldo, Lukaku or even Harry Kane. So yeah, maybe having at least 2 budget forwards could be the best strategy right now, in my opinion at least. So yeah, right now we're talking about Armando Broja from Southampton. Okay, before him he was Adam Armstrong. He was a great FPL option, but right now he's not starting, and Broja started the last 2 game weeks, which could be good for him. Obviously, what I really like about him is mostly his price. He's just 5 millions for a forward, and his ownership is really low, 1.3%, which is amazing. He started the last game weeks for Southampton and he scored 2 goals, which is amazing. Maybe he's gonna be nailed in that team, who knows? But until that, he's gonna be just for my watch list. Obviously, he got 10 goal attempts in 2 game weeks, which is pretty decent, and 8 goal attempts in the box, which is just amazing. The next 3 fixtures for Southampton are pretty decent: Watford, Villa and Norwich, and I would love to have a striker for Southampton for the games against Watford and Norwich. Obviously, after that, the fixtures are going to be tricky. Liverpool, Leicester and Brighton are going to be pretty tough for them to score, but still I think that at that price, 5 millions, is really cheap. And yeah, if you need to free up some cash to upgrade somewhere, I think that it could be a great option. Obviously, I think that I wouldn't go for him if you... I think that from Broja, Pukki, Toney and Hwang, I think that Toney and Hwang right now are better options than him. So yeah, but obviously he's one to watch for sure. The next player on my list is a goalkeeper, David Raya from Brentford. As I said before, I think that you should target to have some Brentford players because obviously the fixtures are just brilliant for them. So yeah, I think that if you already have one of Mbeumo or even Toney, having a Brentford defender could be a great idea, and maybe David Raya could be the best defender from Brentford. because obviously he's really cheap, 4.6 millions, and I think that he's just great value for that price. His ownership is pretty decent right now, 10.7%, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna rise soon. So yeah, the fixtures, as you can see, and as I said before, are just amazing. Burnley, Norwich, Newcastle and Everton at home. I can easily see some clean sheets for Brentford in those games. Even Spurs and Leeds are not bad, to be honest with you. So yeah, he got just 3 clean sheets in the first game weeks, but I have to say that Brentford were defended really good in the first games of the season, considering that they are a new promoted side. So yeah, he got 22 saves, which is pretty decent for a goalkeeper. And yet Brentford conceded just 9 goals in 9 games, which is pretty decent for a new promoted side, as I said before. So yeah, I think that if I was to wildcard in this game week, David Raya would be 100% my goalkeeper, because I think that he offers just great value for the next few game weeks at least. The last player on my list is Teemu Pukki from Norwich, and I know that probably right now you're all laughing at me, but just let me say that I know that Norwich are really bad. They are the worst side in the Premier League maybe, but I'm not saying that you should buy Teemu Pukki from Game Week 10. I'm just saying that he's one to look, because obviously I think that he could offer you great value at that price, 5.8 millions. And if I just check the fixtures for Norwich, just let me say that they played against Liverpool, Man City, Leicester, Arsenal, Brighton and Chelsea in the first 9 games of the season. So 6 of those 9 game weeks for Norwich were against really tough opposition. So yeah, I'm not saying that Norwich are not bad, because obviously they are really bad, but they played against 6 of the best teams in the league. So yeah, I think that they can do something. And if you just look at the fixtures from Game Week 10, are just brilliant for them. Leeds, Brentford, Southampton, Wolverhampton and Newcastle in the next 5 game weeks is just ridiculous run of fixtures for Norwich, and I think that they can do something. It's time for them to show up at least, and yeah, I think that Teemu Pukki could be the best option, obviously, for from Norwich at that price, and his ownership is really low too. He scored just 2 goals, but as I said before, his games were really tough. And yeah, his XG plus XA per 90 is not great, but yet he got 14 goal attempts and he created 5 chances, also considering that he played against really tough teams. So yeah, I think that if you want to be a little different, obviously, I think that he could be a great option. He's on penalties. He's the best man from Norwich. So yeah, obviously, I wouldn't suggest you to buy him in right now, because I think that Hwang and even Toney maybe are better options for these game weeks at least. But yeah, I think that he could be one to watch, at least for the fixtures. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to this channel if you're new around here. It would be really helpful for me and I really appreciate it. And also please let me know about your opinions in the comments down below. See you next time.